Lucky there's a Family Guy. Lucky there's a man who positively can do all the things that make us laugh and cry. I'm sure the majority of you are at least familiar with Family Guy, the hit animated show featuring the great Peter Griffin, his loving wife Lois, and their 3 children meandering through the wacky and unpredictable world of Quahog, Rhode Island. As someone born and raised in Rhode Island, I, just like my fellow Rhode Islanders, have a special connection to the Griffin's cinematic universe. Many of the references made in Family Guy are based on actual places and cultural features of Rhode Island. Brown University, the city of Pawtucket, Buddy CNC Junior High School, and the Big Blue Bug are actual parts of Rhode Island's history and culture. This begs the question, where is Quahog, Rhode Island actually located? Over the years, people have offered several theories as to the location of this fictitious town, or what it is based on. What I'm going to do is use Google Earth to try and narrow down the location of Quahog in hopes of solving this mystery once and for all. So don't go anywhere. My name is Angelo, and this is Architecture Living. This is Rhode Island. Population, around 1.1 million. Largest city, Providence, the capital, has a population of about 190,000. Providence is where RISD, Rhode Island School of Design, is located, which is Seth MacFarlane's alma mater. MacFarlane never specified the location of Quahog. There's a few theories about the location of this town. First set of theories, let's look at the Family Guy wiki. Some people suggest that the location of the skyscrapers mean that the home is west of Providence, somewhere in Cranston or Johnston. But according to the episodes 15 Minutes of Shame, Forefather, and Perfect Castaway, Quahog has a coastline. This could mean that it could be based off of either Providence itself or Cranston. However, in the episode E. Peter Bus Unum, the end of the episode zooms out and shows the Tiverton area. As a result, there isn't a definite conclusion from the Family Guy wiki as to the proper location of Quahog. Let's go to another source that could have the answer, the Rhode Island subreddit, r/Rhode Island. Many people give their opinions on the location of Quahog here. Some corroborated a possible Cranston location, but other people hypothesize that it is located in East Providence. One user says that Drunken Clam is based off of a bar in Providence. I can't vouch for that. But if we look at the exterior of the Drunken Clam, we can see that it is in a mixed-use downtown area. So what does all this mean? Well, the location of the Griffin House and Quahog itself is up for debate. We can't go by what the plot points in the TV show itself say, as the locations are too inconsistent. So, we must use empirical methods to justify the location of the Griffin House. A better way to do so than using Google Earth. Our most important clue relates to the location of the skyscrapers relative to the size of the Griffin House. A realistic location would have the skyscrapers be a similar size and in a similar order as viewed in the show. From this, we can significantly narrow down the location of Quahog to a few areas. Right off the bat, we can eliminate Tiverton because it is too far from Providence. It's over 17 miles away. The Superman building is only 428 feet tall, so it is too far away to see from directly above one's house. Also, even if Tiverton were closer, the order of the buildings does not match the show. Next, let's go over to East Providence, located right next to Providence. From areas along the Seekonk River, the skyscrapers are fairly easy to see. However, the order of the 3 key buildings located behind the Griffin House do not match the view from East Providence. North of Providence is the city of Pawtucket. While Pawtucket is only a few miles from the Superman building, remember the Superman building is 428 feet tall. So while if you're in Pawtucket, you're 50 feet or so above ground level, you'll be able to make out the Superman building. But seeing it from 10 to 15 feet or so, like what they show in Family Guy, you're not going to be able to make out the Superman building and the other 2 skyscrapers as clearly. So that means that it can't be located in Pawtucket. This means that the Griffin House can't be more than 2 to 3 miles from downtown Providence. Any further distance would mean that the Providence skyline would be too difficult to see from Spooner Street. Judging by the height of the skyscrapers relative to the Griffin House, it would have to be in the city of Providence itself. The view that matches the skyscrapers exactly would have to be northwest of downtown Providence. Case closed, right? Wrong. To dig deeper, we have to look at zoning laws, demographics, and neighborhood income in Providence. The most accurate area by the location of the skyscrapers would have to be Smith Hill. But looking on a zoning map, Smith Hill is for higher density zoning, like apartments and businesses. If we look at the Griffin House in Spooner Street itself, we see single-family homes with front and backyards, a juxtaposition of the high-density pre-war neighborhood of Smith Hill. What we need to do is look at the lowest density areas of Providence. Coincidentally, two of these neighborhoods are northwest of downtown Providence, Elmhurst and Mount Pleasant. These are both middle and working class neighborhoods with largely single-family homes. The other single-family neighborhoods are located on the east side of Providence. And that would not work because single-family home prices there can be as much as a few $1,000,000. A home being paid for on a single income of a man who works at a brewery is not sufficient. And yeah, Lois's parents could support them, but if they did, again, the houses would be a lot larger and the houses would be a lot closer together to mimic that look that the east side has. My guess would have to be either Elmhurst or Mount Pleasant, because these neighborhoods have middle-class homes with lot sizes similar to those on Spooner Street, appearing almost like suburban enclaves within a dense city. I have a hunch that it would be in the Mount Pleasant area, though Elmhurst could be a contender. If we use Peter's friend group as a microcosm of the demographics of Spooner Street, we can see how they could live in an area with ethnic diversity, with Cleveland being black and Quagmire being a quarter Japanese. Looking at racial demographics of Elmhurst and Mount Pleasant, this diversity would not be out of place. This means that Quahog would have to be in a neighborhood within Providence. The low density of Spooner Street corroborates my claim. Perhaps the Drunken Clam is along Smith Street, Douglas Avenue, or Admiral Street. Mixed use and walkable areas not far from where I think the Griffin House is located.